So this particular comment here, I want everybody to read this because this is really, it moved me greatly. During a significantly painful time in my life, I discovered feminist ideals. My feelings were validated, and I learned that I could be my own person and not be married. I could be a successful woman, and I could have whatever I wanted. I could join STEM, careers that were mostly occupied by men and are now being fervently promoted to women. I could be someone. This appealed to me. I saw an escape from the abusive cycle that I grew up in. Being career-driven would make me safe and happy. I bring this up because I see so many feminists using abuse as a means to push the feminist agenda while instilling fear in young women. I know that there are women like me who ran to feminist ideals as a means of safety and happiness. Next slide. This movement, this is the same person that wrote, this woman. This movement has created such a massive level of distrust towards men because of the implications that all heterosexual relationships will be abusive if the man is in control of the relationship. I'm sure you are well aware of this by how much it's been shown in all media at this point. Marriage is a massive part in Orthodox Christianity and any other traditional religion for that matter. So when you have a traditional religion teach about husbands being the head of the house, many women, including myself, will pull away because we've been programmed to fear and hate this dynamic. Why? Because, and I think she's giving the feminist answer, because we will be abused. I understand that this idea is distorted and harmful. I know many of our brothers in Christ suffer from abuse too, and this should not be brushed under the rug either. May God give us all the strength and healing to overcome this pain. That's a tough email. It was a longer email, and I just took a part of it. And what this woman is saying is that she found the faith in Christ and the church to be her salvation and to deliver her from the idea that that marriage should be avoided because you'll be abused by a man. And that in the feminist model that she was taught, she said, you don't need men. Don't be married because all they're going to do is abuse you. And in the Orthodox Church, it says men are the head of the household. And there it is. You're just going to be a chattel. You're just going to be abused. And this should not be the case. And so there's all kinds of questions that come off of this. What is true femininity? What is true masculinity? What is marriage? What is the role of the husband in marriage? What is the role of the woman in marriage? What is the role of women in the church? What is the patriarchy? Right? What does that all mean? All of this sort of are these adjacent ideas that are feeding into the false narrative that the church itself is misogynistic. And so we have to be clear. We have to be clear about what these things are, and they're going to be topics for future shows. What is masculinity? And by the way, there are some tremendous podcasts on ancient faith about this, right? That it doesn't have to be a distorted understanding of masculinity. It doesn't have to be a distorted understanding of femininity. It doesn't have to be a distorted understanding of marriage. And by the way, the section in Ephesians 5 begins with submit to one another out of reverence for Christ. Submit to one another out of reverence for Christ. You never hear anybody quote that.